Grief is our soul's way of measuring the depth of the love we once had and have since lost.
Falling down, falling down, falling down.
This month is Suicide Prevention Month. Joining us today, we have Theo Boyd, the author of My Grief Is Not Like Yours.
Yeah, Theo, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank y'all so much for having me. I'm so glad that I got to be here to talk about this book.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the book a little bit. Give us a brief overview.
Well, July 2019, I got a phone call that my mom had been in an accident on our peanut farm. My family, we were peanut farmers in north central Texas. And I found out that my father had been accidentally, on the tractor and had accidentally run over my mom. And she was the first in a domino of losses. She was the first domino to fall. Shortly after that, my counselor passed suddenly, and she was counseling my dad and myself. And then a few months after that, my marriage began to fall apart. And then last year, 2022, I went to check on my dad, and it was Father's Day morning, and I was going to surprise him with breakfast, and I found he had taken his life.
Oh my goodness. It is, obviously I'm very sorry for your loss, and it takes so much strength to turn your loss and grief and pain into something that can hopefully help others dealing with the same thing. What would you say to somebody who might be suffering in silence, dealing with overwhelming grief, or just, struggling with the stigma behind thoughts of suicide?
The most important thing is to talk to somebody that's trained professionally, because your friends and family are great, but they're going to give you unsolicited advice, and it's not professional, and you don't really know. So go to somebody that's trained in grief counseling, in trauma counseling, and complicated grief counseling, which is now called prolonged grief disorder, or PGD. Find somebody that's trained in that professionally so that they can help you get through, and lean on your friends, and you'll find out who those true friends are. Lean on them, and that's what helped get me through.
Yeah, so speak about those professionals for a bit. I mean, you talk in broadly what they look like. Where specifically can people go?
Well, I mean, I would ask someone, maybe ask one of your friends if they know someone, because that's always great to get a, immediate referral. But go online, get on your phone, maybe Google trained professional grief counseling, put in the exact words of what you're feeling and what you're experiencing, and just see what you get back. And we also have the resources in my book, and we have them on my website.
Perfect. Your book, My Grief Is Not Like Yours, is available, and I'm sure a great resource for somebody who is going through unimaginable loss. Theo, thank you so much for not only joining us, but taking the time to do this and put this book together. I know it will help so many people watching the show this morning.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we have to take a quick break, but we're going to have more of your Texas headlines and, of course, another look at your forecast coming right up. We'll be right back.